Hi, Accelerated Algebra. For these problems, I just made this video with a few quick hints in case you're getting stuck. So for this first problem here, to fill in the table, you just plug in values. So I've filled in some suggested x-coordinates, and then you can just compute the y-coordinate. So you see I just first put in this x-coordinate of -2. So I know that -4 is the number that goes here. If I plug in 0, I get -3, and if I plug in 2, I get -2. And then I just go ahead and plot these points on the grid and use a ruler to draw a nice straight line. On this letter C, you'll notice that it says y equals 4. And down here the hint says this is the same as y equals 0x plus 4. So these x's are not going to affect your answer at all. So think about what that's going to look like when you graph it. Okay, for this next one, it's talking about finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So any line that you have, and this is not going to be the graph of this line, has an x-intercept and a y-intercept. So the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, and the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. So just think about those points, right? What is the x-coordinate right at the y-intercept right here? Well, I can look at it. I know it has to be 0. I don't know what the y-coordinate is, but I know that this is 0 something right here. And it's the other way around for the x-intercept. I don't know the x-coordinate, but I know the y must be 0. So that's a hint to when you go to figure these out. So let's look at this equation. I've got 3x plus 2y equals 12. Suppose I want to go ahead and find the x-intercept. Well, from what we just talked about, I know the y-coordinate has to be 0. So I'm going to put 0 where the y is. And then when I solve, I can see that my x-intercept is 4. So the x-intercept is actually a point, right? And so the x-coordinate is 4, and we know the y-coordinate is 0, just like we've been discussing. So when I go to graph this line, that's going to be my x-intercept. Now, I'll leave it to you to do the same thing to find the y-intercept. This business of plugging in 0 for either the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate to find the intercepts is going to help you on a problem later in this problem set.